Hey, what's going on, guys? So we'll be taking a look at something kind of interesting. This is a mini USB fan. It's not like a mini USB, but it's a miniature USB fan, which is essentially just a fan that plugs into the bottom of either your iPhone or Android device. And it's from a company called Venu. This is the blue color. It also comes in like pink, I believe. So if you're not interested in the blue, then you can of course get it in pink as well. So yeah, this is of course the blue though, and here you can see that this is just all that comes in the little bag here. The extent of the packaging is a little bag here. It's just a little plastic bag. On the back of it, it has some very broken English that is very hard to understand, although it's a very straightforward product, so it's not really a problem. The actual fan here, like I said, comes in two little pieces, and actually constructing the fan isn't super complicated. You just go ahead and put this little blade on the actual piece here, and then you are good to go, and you can plug this into either the bottom of your iPhone or Android device. As you can see here right now, it has a lightning connector, so you will of course use this piece with the iPhone. However, if you do want to use it with an Android device, you can simply take this little piece off here, and it exposes a micro USB, which you can of course connect to your Android device. I will be using this with a Galaxy S4 today, just because on iPhone is a little different how it works, but I'll explain that in a second. So yeah, we will go ahead and plug this into the Galaxy S4 and show you how it works. So to do that, it's very simple. You just kind of plug it into the bottom here like this, then the fan will turn on, and as you can see, it's just kind of a fan, and it actually is fairly powerful. I mean, you would think it's small enough that it doesn't really do much at all, but it actually it gives off a pretty good breeze. It's not enough to necessarily keep you super cool during the summer or something like that, but it is actually a very nice breeze, and it's obviously not very practical if you're wanting to use the phone while you're doing this. But even if you just kind of take this and then you turn the phone off, you do have a fan, and it will last quite a long time because it's using the phone's battery. So it is a pretty nice fan. It's better than those little handheld ones, and it's a lot cheaper as well. So I mean, I don't know, I think it's a good fan if you want that, but it is a little gimmicky in my opinion. I mean, it's just a very small fan, and it plugs into the bottom of your phone. Obviously your phone will be very difficult to use while you are using the fan on it, just because it is connected to the bottom of your phone and it takes up this much, and it's like a spinning blade, which would not be very comfortable to touch while it is on. So it's not very practical if you're wanting to use your phone while you have the fan plugged into it. However, if you are considering buying this instead of one of those handheld fans that you get at Disneyland or something like that, then it is a pretty good option in all seriousness, because it just plugs into the bottom of your phone. It will last a lot longer than one of those fans, and it's a lot better made and all of that. So it is actually pretty decent if you're considering it as an alternative to that. However, if you are wanting it as just a really nice fan that's going to keep you cool during the summer and things like that, I probably wouldn't recommend it, just because it won't keep you that cool, obviously, just because of the size and everything like that. However, for what it is actually a pretty nice fan. I was kind of surprised. I thought it would be super cheap and gimmicky, but it seems to be fairly well made. Although one thing that's kind of annoying, it's a little oily almost when it came out of the bag, which is kind of gross, but if you just wash it off, it's fine. However, it was a little gross to take it out of the bag. It is fine now, and yeah, as I said, it's a little gimmicky, I think, but it is kind of cool at the same time. It just depends on what you are wanting to use it for. As I said with iPhone earlier, if you do wish to use it on iPhone, you can just put this little adapter onto the micro USB section. Then you just plug it into the bottom of your iPhone. However, one thing that is kind of annoying is if you wish to turn your iPhone off, after about 5 seconds the fan will turn off, just because the iPhone stops giving power to the lightning connector when the phone is in sleep mode. That is different with Android devices, because with Android devices they will actually recognize it as a USB device and continue giving power to it even if the phone is in sleep mode. That is not the case with iPhones though. As I mentioned, with an iPhone, if you turn it off, you will of course have the fan turn off as well after about 10 seconds, which is, yeah, it's kind of annoying that it turns off after about 10 seconds when you put the phone into sleep mode, but at the same time it makes sense, and it will use less of your phone's battery that way. However, it's kind of annoying at the same time, because if you do wish to use this fan and have it constantly stay on, you will have to have your iPhone screen on for the most part, and that will mean it's using more of the iPhone's battery, and so it will use quite a bit of battery actually using this little fan. But at the same time, it might be worth it if you are really hot or something like that, and you have a portable charger, or I don't know, many situations in which this could actually be useful. I got it thinking it was super gimmicky, but I actually kind of like it. I'm not sure if I'll ever actually use it, just because it would look really funny using in public. It's almost like a selfie pole in that sense, but I mean, it's kind of useful. It's a lot more functional than I was expecting it to be, and it's fairly cheap as well. I think it's $4.30 or something like that, so it's pretty reasonably priced, especially if you consider those little handheld ones that use 2 AA batteries or whatever. It's better than that, and at the same time it's probably around the same price, if not cheaper. So I guess I would recommend it depending on your use for it. It's kind of cool, but at the same time I'm using in public and all that, I don't know, seems a little weird, but it's up to you. It does work very, very well for what it's supposed to do, and for that reason I would recommend it if you are interested in purchasing something like this. So yeah, anyway, this has been my review of the Venu mini USB fan. If you wish to purchase a product, of course the link will be in the description, as it always is. And if you enjoyed this video, then like is always appreciated. But if you dislike the video, then feel free to leave a dislike rating, but please kind of tell me why you left a dislike rating so that I can hopefully improve upon my videos in the future. If you would like to see more videos similar to this one, then feel free to subscribe, and I do giveaways and stuff, so it might be worth your while. This has been Jordan for Joe Reviews. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next review.